Hey guys, I thought I'd do a video today talking about the first episode of Dragon Ball Daima, which aired last night on Crunchyroll. So yeah, I got home from work last night and I did have company last night. So I watched the episode sort of like in the background, but since I woke up this morning, I have watched the episode another 2 times this morning. So what I did, I made a few notes, and rather than just tell you what happened in the episode, I just thought I'd spend a bit of time talking about a few interesting things regarding the lore of Dragon Ball, Daima's connection to Super, and yeah, just a couple of interesting things that we might get answers on in future episodes. Now, there are going to be spoilers, so if you haven't watched the first episode of Dragon Ball Daima yet, this is not the right video for you, so I suggest you stop watching right now and come back to it after you've watched the episode. But without further ado, here are several interesting things on the first episode of Dragon Ball Daima. Now, I'd also like to spend a little bit of time talking about the new characters in Dragon Ball Daima. And more specifically in this video, I just wanted to concentrate on 4 key characters. So the first one is Degisu, who is the older brother of the Supreme Kai. The second one is Goma, who is the new king of the demon realm. The third one is Dr. Arinsu, who is the sister of the Supreme Kai. And the fourth and final character I want to talk about is Neva, who is the new Namekian that was introduced in this episode. Now, it was revealed in the episode that Degisu is the older brother of the Supreme Kai, but my question is, how do you think he was put into the demon realm? Now, do you think this is just the family hierarchy, so to speak, so it's always been his destiny to be the Supreme Kai of the demon realm? Or do you think possibly in Universe 7 he was at Universe 7 at some point, but possibly went rogue, did something wrong, and they cast him out into the demon realm? And do you think that's also the same as Dr. Arinsu as well? Because both of them are the brother and sister of the Supreme Kai, and I think, yeah, that was a nice little revelation that the Supreme Kai's actually got siblings. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to find out how Arinsu and Degisu did actually end up in the demon realm. And I think there could be more to the story of it's always been their job to be in the demon realm. Now, to me, Degisu comes across as being a little bit bitter and jealous of his older brother, the Supreme Kai, and this implies that he's not pure of heart. So could this be why he's in the demon realm? And sort of similar with Dr. Arinsu, you can tell that her heart isn't pure. She seems to be very proud of herself, and yeah, there may also be, she seems to be quite a greedy character. So yeah, it could be potentially because they're not pure of heart that they're in the demon realm, but I do hope further episodes will explain that. Now, with Goma, I just want to talk about like his relationship with Deborah. So as you saw in the episode, Goma is now the king of the demon realm, the new king of the demon realm after Deborah was killed by Boo. But I'm just wondering, how did he come about being the next in line for the throne? Do him and Deborah have a family connection? Or do you think it might be because of skills and abilities? But I did really like the character of Goma, and I did think his choice of wishes with the Dragon Balls was interesting, especially with his idea for the second wish of obtaining that third eye and absolute power. We're gonna hear more about that in future episodes, but yeah, I did really I do really like this character, and it'll be interesting to see what he does in future episodes. But yeah, I'm also thinking, like, do you think his relationship to Deborah is also going to be revealed in future episodes? And finally, there's Never, the new Namekian that was introduced in the first episode. Now, my question is, do you think this new Namekian has some kind of dark energy? And because he has dark energy and dark magic, the Namekians thousands of years ago cast him out into the demon realm, and he's been stuck there ever since. Now, what's interesting is that it's implied in the episode that the Namekians are ancestors of members of the demon realm, and that's because of their pointy ears. And I thought it was interesting that at the time when Goma said that to Dende kind of like kept quiet, so maybe we'll find out more about that and the history of the Namekians and their connection to the demon realm. Maybe, I don't know, was Never one of the first ever Namekians? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not, but we'll see in time. And the final thing I wanted to talk about in this video was Dragon Ball Daima's connection to Super. And so far, the only connection I'm seeing to Super is that it's still Universe 7. So Goku's universe is still Universe 7 in Dragon Ball Daima. But I honestly don't think in Dragon Ball Daima we are going to see Beerus, Whis, Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Blue, any of that. And this first episode has pretty much confirmed that Daima takes place in a different timeline to Super. So from the first episode of Daima, it takes place roughly about a year since Goku used the wish to erase everybody's memories of Boo. Now, the reason I'm saying Daima and Super take place in two different timelines is because of what the Supreme Kai and Kibito say in this episode of Daima. So here, Supreme Kai and Kibito separate back into two through the power of Boo, and in Dragon Ball Super, Supreme Kai and Kibito separate through the power of the Namekian Dragon Balls. So that's two different ways in which Supreme Kai and Kibito separate. So I did a video a few weeks ago, so if you go back and watch this video, I did a video that explains that Daima could take place in one timeline post Kid Buu, and Super could take place in another timeline post Kid Buu. And you can sort of say that GT takes place in a third timeline post Kid Buu. But yeah, I think this episode definitely does explain that Daima's in a separate continuity to Super. And that's my first video on Dragon Ball Daima Episode 1. There's so much more I want to talk about, but I think I'm going to leave that for a future video, and I think I might watch a couple more episodes to see what happens. But yeah, I really enjoyed the first episode. I thought the characters were great, the music were great, and there were a few interesting choices that were made in this episode, but I don't think any of them were bad, so to say. But yeah, I'm looking forward to episode 2, and I'm looking forward to the English dub as well when that gets released. So yeah, I hope you enjoy Dragon Ball Daima, and I hope you enjoyed my video, and I hope to see you again in a future video. Thank you, take care, see you again.